Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I've got the fastest and the most fun Kar98k class out for Call of Duty Vanguard for you guys right now. Quick before we do jump into, if you are new around, be sure to subscribe to the channel, notifications so there's any more videos on the channel. If you do enjoy it, smash the comments up as you can imagine, and let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. If there's any other class outs you want to see with any other guns, again, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to get onto them as soon as possible. And if you want to watch me do the camo grind live over on Twitch, I'm live every single day on my Twitch channel. My link is in the description if you do want to go check that out. Okay guys, so what I'm actually going to do is go through each attachment I do use on the gun, because when I've done this before on Modern Warfare and Cold War, everyone liked the fact I spoke about each attachment and why we use each attachment, because then they could slightly change the gun to suit them a little bit better, and it just gave everyone a better insight of why I choose each attachment, so when they go and use a different sniper, they can also take this into account. Okay guys, so on the muzzle, I go for the L brake, and I was using the F8 stabilizer, and I did enjoy the F8 stabilizer. So the only reason that I'd run the F8 stabilizer instead of the L brake is because it does that extra little bit of damage range. And if you do find you'll seem to get a hit marker or two every now and then, you might want to change the L brake to the F8 stabilizer. The only reason I don't use that, and I do prefer the L brake, is because as you can see with the F8 stabilizer, it takes away from the sprint to fire speed and also the hip fire accuracy. And having sprint to fire speed and also hip fire accuracy is great, especially when you're using a gun that you're trying to quick scope with. You're going to be in and around enemies. Hitting a no scope is obviously a lot better when you've got better hip fire accuracy. The better the hip fire accuracy, the more likely the no scope is to hit someone. And also, like I said, having that extra little bit of sprint to fire time means you can just run in around enemy players and just get the gun up quickly. Because you've got a good ADS time on the gun, you also need a good sprint to fire time as well, which is going to allow you to get those shots off, take your opponents out the game before they are able to take you out the game. Okay guys, so on the barrel, I actually go for the VDD 660mm 05HE, and the reason I go for this, you might think, Harry, two of the barrels actually give you ADS speed, why are you not going for them? And the reason for this is they just take away from the damage way too much. As you can see, this one takes away from the bullet velocity, and it just doesn't give the gun any range at all. And this one also takes away from the smaller one-hit kill area, so you really have to hit those headshots. If you hit headshots, great, go and put this one on, but if you don't hit headshots every single time with 100% accuracy, you don't want to run this. You want to run the VDD 660mm one, because the ADS speed is still really good. The only negative of it is the sprint to fire speed and the movement speed that we do use, but where everything else is boosting that, you don't really notice it too much, and it does make the gun feel very, very quickly. But as you can see, it also increases the recoil and the accuracy, reduces the scope sway and gun bop, so if you're using the scope, you're not going to be bopping around too much. And it also increases your flinch resistance as well, meaning if someone is shooting at you with like an AR or an SMG, you're still going to stay very accurate, so you're about to hit your shots and take them out of the game before they do kill you off. Now, here's one that I don't usually go with. If you've watched my other sniping class outs before, you'll know that I normally just love to run the standard sniper scope and not run the iron sights or a red dot or anything like that. But on this game and on this car, the iron sights is one of the most fun times I've had using a sniper in a long, long time. It was just genuinely so fun to use. A lot of the clips that you're going to see at the end are going to be with the iron sights, but it just was so much fun to use, and I don't know why it was so much fun. It just felt ridiculously fun, and I really did enjoy it. Of course, if you guys want to run the normal scope or any other scope, it is entirely up to you. This one is purely down to preference. Obviously, putting the iron sights on does give you a bit better ADS speed, takes away from how far away you can see those, so you use it more as like a shotgun, I suppose, rather than like an actual sniper rifle itself. But like I said, if you do want to run the standard sniper scope, you'll see some clips of me using the standard sniper scope. You'll see some clips of me using the iron sights. I just genuinely really enjoyed the iron sights, found them so fun, and would highly recommend you do give them a try if you're not already. Okay guys, for the stock, we go for the short stock, which is increase your movement speed, your ADS speed, your sprint to fire speed, and your aim walking movement speed. They're pretty much all just increasing the movement speed of the gun, how quick you can ADS, how quick you can get around the map with, and how quick you can get your gun up and start shooting at people, which is obviously a really good bonus, because you'll see it in some attachments where I've not taken like the best ADS one or the best movement one, because like I said, it takes away from the damage or it takes away from the range, and it just makes the gun unusable unless you want to start trying to two-hit people, or if you're going to play hardcore. But the short stock is what we do go for in the stock. It's really going to increase that mobility of the gun, really going to make it feel like a good quick scoping class, allow you to get around the map nice and quickly, get in enemy spawns quickly, and better to get the gun up and shoot at people a lot faster than you were before. On the underbarrel, guys, I am going to go for the SMLE pistol grip, and the reason for this is going to increase the sprint to fire time and again the hip fire accuracy. Like I said, with a good hip fire accuracy, if you are up close to enemies and you are trying to no scope them, the better the hip fire accuracy, the more chance you do obviously have of hitting the bullet as well, which is going to be a big thing if you're running about in enemy spawns. You definitely are going to be hip firing at some point, so the better the hip fire accuracy, the more chance you've got of hitting it. And again, it's going to increase that sprint to fire speed as well, which is obviously, like I keep saying, a massive thing to have. It's all well and good having good ADS time, but if your sprint to fire time still isn't great and you've got the gun up but you're not shooting as quickly as you could be, it could literally lose you to gunfight. So the better the sprint to fire team, the better the ADS speed, and also the better the hip fire accuracy, obviously the better. It means you're going to take your opponents out of the game, not even give them a chance to take you out of the game, and you are going to be winning a lot more gunfights than you would have been originally. Okay guys, so when it comes to the magazine, I actually went for the 8mm 3-round mags. I don't actually recommend this. I would just not use any of the mags on the game. I'd just take them all off, just wouldn't use any of them. And the reason for this is these first mags do literally no damage. It was a 3-shot in core sometimes when I was trying to take people out of the game with these mags on. So do not use these. These 3-round fast mags, again, I don't really see the point. You might as well put these ones on if you're going to use a 3-round, because it does give you that better ADS speed, which is why I was trying it out, just seeing if it was better with the ADS speed. And if you are going to use a magazine on the gun, go with a 3-round, because like I said, once again, it increases that ADS speed. And again, this 20-round magazine doesn't do that much damage. It really isn't good. You're going to be 2-hitting people again. So you're either going to go with the 8mm 3-round mag, not the fast mags, the standard 3-round mags, or you're just not going to run any magazine at all. So you can keep that damage there, you can keep the 1-shot kills there, but also keep the good ADS speed and everything else as well. So I don't recommend any of the other magazines other than the 3-round mag. On the ammo type, I went for lengthened purely because of that extra bullet velocity. Obviously, the better bullet velocity, the more accurate the gun's going to be. If you don't know what bullet velocity is, basically it means how much the bullet is going to drop off. So in some games that you might have played, if you've not played Call of Duty before, some games might have an actual bullet drop where the bullet, if you shoot up, it definitely comes down. Call of Duty has this to a certain extent, but not really that exaggerated. Basically, the better the bullet velocity means the less drop off that it is going to be. More of a hit scan gun, and this is going to be an exactly hit scan gun. I haven't seen any bullet drop off with this gun at all in any situation. Doesn't matter how far away I'm shooting people. If I'm lined up for the head, I'm getting the headshot, and it doesn't seem to drop off in any way. And that's why we go for the lengthened one on ammo type. In terms of the grip, I go for the Fab Grip. This can increase the ADS speed, the sprint to fire speed, and also the hip fire recoil recovery as well, which is a nice thing to have because, like I said, once again, the better ADS speed, using a quickscoping class up, you want good ADS speed. Sprint to fire speed, as we've spoken about plenty of times, you're also going to want a good sprint to fire speed. And also the hip fire recoil recovery. This one isn't really noticeable because obviously it's a bolt action gun anyway, so once you've shot, there's going to be no recoil to recover from because you're literally going to bolt with the gun back and you'll be back in a position where you're ready to shoot again. But the Fab Grip, we'll use it pretty much for the ADS speed and the sprint to fire speed attachment. Okay guys, so for the proficiency, what I would recommend is the shrouded one if you're using the actual sniper scope itself, because as you can see, it takes away from the glint concealment light. So that glint that you have when you see someone sniping, you're not going to have that. You're just going to be able to ADS, and no one's going to see that bright light at the end where you're going to know where you are. So you can put this one on if you're going to use the standard scope or any other sniper scope. But if you're not going to use that, what I would recommend is putting on the quickscope one, which is accurate immediately after ADS, which basically just means the gun's not going to sway. Like if you ADS sometimes, the gun might not end up exactly where you were centering it, but this one is going to really help with that. It's going to help it just be lined up exactly where you are ADS and who you are lining up with. So if you're not running the normal sniper scope, I'd recommend running quickscope. If you are running the standard sniper scope, run shrouded so you take away from that glint. And honestly, guys, the kit, you can run whichever one you want to do. If you feel like you're going to be holding your breath a little bit more and you are going to go for a couple more like longer range shots as well as quick scopes, go for the deep breath one. That means you can just hold your breath for longer. But I go for fully loaded just so I don't run out of don't run out of ammo. Because if I go on a nice little streak and I've got like 5 bullets in a magazine and then 10 bullets in reserve, I want a couple more than that because there's a good chance I am going to go on a bigger streak because I'm quite good with a sniper. So I just go for fully loaded so I got more ammo. But yeah, that is the full overlook at the class up, guys. If you don't want to pause it now, go make it in your game. Go and do that right now. Obviously, if you want to go through, look at all the attachments that we have made and why we spoke about each one, you can go and do that right now. But yeah, guys, I'm going to play a couple of clips out now. Some of the audio might be muted because I was playing copyrighted music on stream, so it will obviously get my video taken down. So there might not be any audio from me talking or playing. There might just be music put over the top of it so it doesn't get copyright striked. I'm going to throw some clips in so you can see exactly how well the gun does play out, how good the ADS speed is, and just genuinely how good this gun is, and you guys are really going to enjoy using it, I think. Hopefully you have enjoyed the video. If you have, smash the thumbs up, as it was more than you can imagine. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below if you haven't already, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, notifications turn on. Please, please, please make sure you're going to do that, as it helps more than you can imagine. You don't want to miss any more videos on the channel. Like I said, I'm doing the camo grind live over on Twitch every single day if you want to go check that out. Link is in the description. You can go follow me over there. I appreciate you guys watching, and catch you in the next one in a bit. Peace.
Team member.
Oh, I thought it was a triple. I thought it was the triple. Oh, bro, I thought it was the triple. Sorry, I was insane in your chat and keeping them busy while you weren't here.